What's up, traders? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is phase 3. In this video, I'm breaking down trade entries the right way, why I only execute at key levels, and why trading in the middle of the range is where most people get chopped up. No chasing, no guessing, just patience and execution. I'll also show you how I use my phase 3 signal indicator to mark those levels and stay aligned. And if you're in my VIP, this is the exact process we follow every single week. All right. So if you're interested in using my indicator and also just gaining more of a better understanding of the strategy, then I suggest that you guys join my VIP. We go live every Tuesday and Thursdays. Tuesdays, we go live in New York session. Thursdays, we go live in London session. So if you need a better understanding and more clarity, please feel free to hit that link in my description and in my bio so that we can get you signed up for VIP and get you trading with the community. Because guys, we are growing, we are expanding, we are hitting these trades and ultimately 1% better every single day. All right. So let's get into what I want to talk about today. Stop diddling. Okay. So as you can see, we have this very infamous picture. Remember the guy with the mustache, the weird mustache, right? He's the guy that diddles in the middle. We do not diddle in the middle. We are taking from levels, okay? So this, let's say this is the previous high of day, and this is the previous low of day. Same thing here, previous high of day and previous low of day. We are not trading in the middle, guys. We do not trade. We're not this guy. Okay? We're trading off of levels. That's it. So if you are taking trades inside the range, if it's not at closing price, then you're not taking these trades, guys. So when price breaks out of these levels, right? Then that is the true lower low and that is the true higher high. But if you're trading in the middle, then your chances of having a 90-10 setup decrease immensely, very much so. So do not trade in the middle, okay? So just scrolling down, same thing that I enforce with my community, right? What setup are you hunting? Are you hunting sell setups or buy setups? You need to choose, especially if you are a beginner, because it will do nothing taking two setups at one time for you, right? Because you are not locking in and mastering one setup. You have to inch your way into this game, guys. Remember, if you're just now learning this strategy, imagine how much information that you already have in your head. You have to unlearn to relearn. Let go of everything that you thought about the market, okay? Right now, I'm telling you right now that if you just follow this, if you follow this, you will be on the right side of the market 9 times out of 10. Okay. So you are trading at high of month, high of week, high of day if you are up high. You're trading low of month, low of week, low of day if you're down low. Okay. Buy low setup, sell high setup. This is just an example of a trap and shift, right? But notice where these are coming from. They are not coming from the middle. Let me make it red. They are not coming from the middle, guys. They're coming off of level. So if you are saying, oh, I have a trap and shift, yeah, that's fine. But you need to either be buying low, or if you have a trap and shift in the middle, then you need to be selling high, but you need to be at a level. So if you are trading in the middle, you're already in your trade. Okay. You're already in the trade because it's coming off of a level. So just keep that in mind. All right. So now I'm going to go over some examples from today, actually. And funny enough, these are all sell high setups. These are all sell high setups coming off of levels, off of one signal, which is close and breakout. Now, some of these had two signals, close and breakout and first red day, but ultimately, these are all close and breakout signals. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to take these setups if you just have one signal and one setup. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is gold, right? So the first thing I do when I come to the charts is I say, okay, I have my signal, right? By the way, before I get into this, guys, this is my indicator, right? I have my signal panel here. Let me move this, right? I have my signal panel. This tells me the signals from before, and I also have the signals on the day on screen. So this actually helps me when I'm back testing. I can go back in time and see what signals played out instead of having to manually do it. And then this screener has my custom watch list. So instead of flipping through charts, it saves me so much time. So if, like I said, if you're interested in the signal indicator, right, then you can join my VIP, and the link is in my bio. Okay. So, like I said, the first thing I do when I come to the markets is I say, okay, price is usually in a box, right? So we have the previous day's high, we have closing price, and we have the previous day's low. If I know that I need to be at a level, then I am not looking at any other area besides these levels. So because we know this, right, we can see that before we get to my session, which is New York, we are in a box for one, but at the top of this box, we have closing price. So I mark this, okay? So before our session opens up, we can see that price was kind of coiling at that closing price area. So if we scroll down and we're trying to enter this market, I want to sell high. If I know that London is at the top of my box and I want to sell high and I'm at a level, then there's nothing to think about. Look at this. We had a consolidation from London. It price broke out of this consolidation and made a lower low. Notice we have a pump. Consolidation at closing price, lower low, and the inside of this area, this box, right? So after we get our lower low, it pumps back up where to closing price, where to the high of day. And we get our engulfing candle at the high after it fakes out London. A lot of the times when you're looking for sell high setups, it will fake out the high. A lot of the times it fakes out London's high. So wait for this, guys. Sell high, okay? So that's really important. So when I see this and it's the beginning of my session, I am waiting for these levels. I am not trading. Let me clear my chart. I am not trading in the inside. I'm not waiting for a move in the inside. I'm waiting for a price to either get here, here, or here. Either way, this is the same area. So anywhere in here, I'm selling. Okay. So once I get that fake out and then I get that engulfing candle at the high of session, high of day, and closing price, I'm selling. I'm taking my engulfing candle and I'm taking it back down to where the pump started and where the bottom of the box is. Okay. So that was our setup for gold. Sell high setup off of a close and breakout signal. Let's go to NAS. All right, so here we have NAS, and NAS closed as a close and breakout long, right? That was Monday. Today's Tuesday. So what we saw today was price reacting to the previous day's high. Okay, price is always in a box: previous day high, previous day low, closing price. Okay, so if we know this, and this is our current low before we get to New York session, because we don't see anything that's happening in New York. So we know that currently, so let's remove this. Currently, if I'm looking at the market before New York opens up, London has established a high of day, right? We know that this is the low of the day prior to New York. So what we're looking for is price to be reacting to a level up high. We want to take our trades up high. If we know that the current high of day is right next to the previous high of day, then that is the area where I want to take my trade. So before New York opens up, we get a lower low in the inside of the box. We are breaking structure. So now I'm interested, right? So I'm waiting for New York equity hour to open at 9:30. Okay, price trades back up, doesn't quite make it to the high, drops back down, and it hits the bottom of the box, the low of the day, the current low of day. After it hits the low of day, it gives us a nice bullish engulfing candle down, but not, a nice bullish engulfing candle up, but not before it gives us a lower low, because it has breached the low of day and made a lower low, pumps back up, and starts to coil at the previous day's high and at the high of day. So let's scroll down onto our 5-minute chart. And as you can see, after it's made its lower lows, after 9:30 opens up, we get the coil at the previous day's high, and you're taking pin hammers and engulfings off these levels. You're setting your stop above the high, and you're letting it ride. And you close where the pump started at the low of day. So this was the previous high of day to the low of day. So a nice nail and bail, but still, as long as you're taking your entries for sell setups at the high, at a level, you should be fine. Okay. Just follow this process to a T. So that was Nas today. Now we're going to look at SPX. Very similar, okay? All of these trades played out today off of a close and breakout signal. And this is still a sell high setup, right? So a lot of people think that if you take one signal and one setup, you won't get as much opportunity, but that is false. That is false, guys. Really, a close and breakout signal is all you need. You're going to get about 3 opportunities a week at least. Okay. So moving on, this is XPX 500. And we can see that same case scenario. We are at the previous day's high. We can see that price is actually in a box. It's in a higher time frame coil. We have the current high of day established by London and the current low of day established by Asia. So when price opens up, right before it opens up, we get a break of structure, right? So it pumps up to London's high and fails, gives us an engulfing candle, and it starts to print bearish candles. So when New York session opens up, we're at the low of the box. Am I looking for my trade? No. Why? Because I'm looking for sell setups and I'm not trying to sell low. I'm trying to sell high at a level. So when we get this lower low, it pumps back up to the previous day's high. And what can you see? It coils. Guys, this is all that we're looking for. 9:30 candle is this big bullish candle right here. I am not buying this because we are inside. I want to trade off levels and I want to be high up. So moving on, we go to the 5-minute chart. I'm getting ready to enter. I see that this is an obvious coil. I am taking pin hammers and engulfings off this level. I'm setting my stop loss up high and I'm taking it to where the pump started. That is it. Like I said, this was not the cleanest setup, but as long as you are taking your trades at levels and you're up high, there should be no issue. Okay. So that was SPX 500. Let's move on. We have USD JPY. As you can see, Monday we had a first red day and a close and breakout short. If that isn't a sign to sell, I don't know what is. So if you're looking for buys and you're looking for buys off of a first red day, guys, really? So just stick to your signal and setup. But then again, like I said, this is a close and breakout signal, okay? All of these trades are coming off of one signal. This was actually 2 signals the first red day. So, like I said, this is USD JPY. And as you notice, we get a breach of the level of the previous day's low level in Asia, okay? So if we get a breach, now mind you, previous day high, previous day low, and closing price. So say this is the high, say this is closing price, and say this is the low. This is nothing but a box, okay? And you're selling high and buying low. That's it. Okay? So if I know that I have breached the low of the box, this is a lower low. After this lower low, it pumps back up, and lo and behold, it starts to coil at the top of the box, at the top of London session. All right, so let's scroll down. And like I said, price is always in a box. This is the low. This is the high, right? This is the high of London session. And we are at a level, previous day low, coming off of a close and breakout short signal and a first red day. So lower low, pump, coil, take engulfings and pin hammers off of this level. You are selling high, the high of the box, and previous day low after we have breached it in Asia and made a lower low. Sell it. Even here, look, that was London session, right? So I trade New York. What do we do after we sell from here? We create another lower low because now we have breached the current day's low and made a lower low pump. Like I said, it will once you get the breach of this low, it will pump back up to the most recent swing high, the most recent high, right? And now it starts to coil at that high. If you need more clarity on this, like I said, you can join my VIP or you can schedule a one-on-one with me so you guys can understand this a little bit better. But lower low, pump, coil to the most recent high. We actually get a lower low on the inside of this, right? We pump back up and we engulf. We engulf here. So about time New York session opens up, we're already on the backside. Take the trade. You are underneath the EMA. So there's no reason why you shouldn't take that trade, guys. All right? So let's scroll down. Now we are at Euro USD, okay? So Euro USD, same thing, close and breakout long. This is all coming off of one signal, guys. So all I'm looking for is, are we up high? Okay, so I know that this is the previous day's high, right? We're in a box. So when New York session, before New York session opens up, this is our current day's high coming off of London. This is our current day's low coming from Asia session. If I know that this is my current high and this is my current low, look what happens right before New York. We breached the box, guys. This is our lower low, pump, coil, right? Two side-by-side candles. This is nothing but a coil on a lower time frame. But even if you wanted to stay on the 15-minute chart, because timing, the time frame does not matter. It does not matter. You get a pin hammer, literally, from previous day high and the high of the day. Pin hammer. Take the trade, guys. Just take it. Just take the trade. Just take it. Just take the trade. Okay? So a lot of the times with these setups, right? So let's look at the London's high. It a lot of the times for sell high setups, if London is the high of day, it will fake out. It will take liquidity above this high, above London's high, and then it will drop. Okay? So just to summarize this, anywhere in here, right? Anywhere high up is your entry as long as you have your criteria. Okay? So let's go to our 5-minute chart. Like I said, it does not matter what time frame you're on. Same thing, lower low after we breach the low of day. Lower low, pump back up. We get engulfing candles at the previous high of day and the current high of day. And you take your entry, and that is literally it, guys. All of these examples that I've showed you are sell high setups off of the same day, off of the same signal, off of the same criteria. And this is with me not diddling in the middle. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now, like I said, if you guys need any extra help, if you are confused and struggling, I have a Discord. General chat is free for VIP access. You can click that link in my bio and in my description if you would like to sign up. But with my VIP access, I go live 2 times a week on top of doing breakdowns live, and that's like 2 to 3 times a week. So really, I'm live a lot. Also, I also have signal channels in my Discord that you guys can make your own playbook off of. And I'm very active and in tune with my community. I have a great, strong community, right? So, like I said, don't struggle in silence, guys. Speak up and reach out. And we would love to have you guys. So that is it for this video. I hope this has given you clarity and just a message to end this video. Stop diddling in the middle. Okay? So this is phase 3. I'm Q. And until we meet again.